2 days off until game 2. What are you expecting? We talked adjustments from the Celtics there, just cleaning up, I think is first and foremost what we're expecting. I don't think we're going to see anything else beyond maybe more of this small lineup in bigger doses here for one. What, if you're Ime Udoka, what are you expecting from the Warriors in game 2, Jax? And like, how do you kind of prepare for that in terms of like counters they could try to mess with you here?
Yeah, I think the Warriors are going to play harder, especially in the second half. I think they're going to Klay Thompson's going to shoot a little bit better. They're going to try to get him going a little bit. I mean, last series he had like a 30-point game and he was like unconscious. Other than that, though, I don't really know how much they have. Like they got a ton of open looks from their role players. Wiggins shot wide open looks. Porter, we talked about Porter Jr. and Andre Iguodala. I don't really know what other levers they can pull other than telling Jordan Poole to kind of calm down.
Yeah, right. I mean, honestly, pulling him a lot, he was bad. He was bad. He hurt them a lot.
He looks slow too. And maybe the Celtics.
He's a bad defender. He
was a bad defender for sure. But he's so quick on offense. Like I watched the other series and I was like, wow, who's going to match up with him? And I think the Celtics are just that much better defensively that they're not really worried about. I mean, he had a couple nice, like he had a beautiful floater where I was like, oh my God, this kid can score. But like, other than that, like at some point he's either going to have to figure it out in the defensive end, figure out like how to play team game, or he's Jordan Clarkson, which no shade to Jordan Clarkson. Sometimes you need like, a Flip Murray off the bench, instant offense, but like, you're not going to rely on that to win you an NBA finals.
Right. Well, you just get exposed enough in other parts of your game where that's just not enough. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, like the rest of their bench played well, like Porter, Iguodala shot well. They obviously didn't go deep beyond that. I don't expect them much to, unless Peyton, like we talked about, comes into the play here.
I could see Bjelica a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of shocked he didn't play. Why? You think defense?
Yeah, I think it's just defense. And you're right. I mean, like we'll see. And I get like they shot 42% from 3.
Right.
So it's like
they don't need him.
Right. So it's like, and then Looney, I mean, he 4 points, but he was a monster on the offensive glass. And that's clearly something the Celtics are going to have to, try to figure out how to shore that up better, because that's going to keep burning them all series long between him and Draymond and other guys just, really pounding that glass in the first 3 quarters that the Celtics were able to clean up late. But you're right. I mean, it's a situation there where I'm not sure, like they have levers to pull. I'm just not sure they're going to solve any problems.
Yeah.
If the Celtics again, and the Celtics could start shooting shitty or like turning the ball over a bunch, and then that solves a lot of problems for the Warriors.
Draymond's going to shoot a little better too. I watched all of his field goal attempts before the pod, and a lot of them were just misses, like sort of around the paint extended, and he like little teardrops. Yeah. He makes those, like he blew a couple layups. I don't know what it is. He's not going to make a jumper. Like he was 0 for 5, from 3. He might go 1 for 5 in a game, but like, and he's got to be wide open, but he missed like 4 wide open shots. And it's just like, dude, you got to be a threat at least a tiny bit. And he's not. So he's going to play a little bit better. I think that, like I said, that I mentioned that play earlier where doubled Steph, threw it to Draymond. Draymond just did a nice little high dump off to Iggy. We're going to see more of that. But I think the Celtics, they have the horses to counter. They just have the horses to counter. So, Steve Kerr's a lot smarter than I am. Draymond Green is sure as shit a lot smarter than I am at basketball. So they're going to figure it out. They're going to play better. But I had Celtics in 6 from the beginning because I thought, you could have a supernova game from one or all of their stars, and then you could have a slugfest. But like, I'm feeling real confident about that prediction. Like after game 1, I'm excited to see what game 2 has, but I don't see how they counter. I'm like game 2, Rob played 24 minutes. I don't think he needs to play a single more minute.
No.
Al Horford, like little under 33. Like, this is great. 2 days off. Like this is all playing out Celtics' favor right now. It's just, it's exciting.
All right. Well, we're going to have, it's going to be a whole lot of pressure on Golden State on Sunday night. Celtics looking for the early knockout punch. And, we'll see again how, like, we know the Warriors are going to come out with the urgency. We'll see if the Celtics are able to match that level, or if they're, play like they're happy that they just got one out there, which, there's nothing to be sad about there. But obviously you would change, if we have another close one on our hands here, then that's going to be something else.
Well, I'll say one more thing that I forgot to say earlier. The other first games that the Celtics lost, they just got blown out. They sort of got blitzed. They sort of, I wouldn't say they weren't ready, but they were, there was stuff that they weren't prepared for. They were absolutely prepared for this game. They were ready, and they were down big to a very talented offensive team, and they came back and won big. Like, that's totally different from any other game they played. So I think this is just a much different series. And it's just like the other Celtics against Miami and Milwaukee wouldn't have come back from that. And they're coming back.
Well, I mean, the Heat pretty much did what the Warriors did in game 3. The third quarter of game 1. And then the Celtics just didn't have like I said, they didn't have the counterpunch that time. They couldn't get stops in that game.
Yep.
This game, they got stops, and the offense obviously was there too. So